Hey, today is October 16th, Wednesday, new comic day. I always want to say free comic book day. And man, they are not free. That's for damn sure. Anyway, we're going to go through these again, just as I took them out of my bag. And I've only read one so far. It is Hickman's X-Men #1, having gone through Powers of and House of, 6 issues each for the last, what, 3 months? All I can say is, meh. I don't know what I expected. First of all, as I've said countless times, I've never been a huge X-Men fan. I guess I expected this to really, get me into it. And it was interesting. I think it was interesting because I haven't read any X-Men books for probably, except for a couple of Wolverine, like one-shots. I don't think I've read any X-Men books in probably close to a decade. I'm just not into them. But that being said, I don't know. And also, you're looking at the villains and stuff going back, and I go, it's like the whole thing it's convoluted. I mean, I realize this is supposed to be like a reboot, but I'm not impressed by the first issue. I've already told my store to put me down on a poll for this. So I'll pick it up for a few issues, and I know I'm going to pick up the first issue of each of the next 4 books. Because I'm curious to see where he goes, and there are some characters that I've grown to like, or else I've always liked, and I want to see what they're going to do with them. But if this was an introduction to the X-Men main title, I don't know how long I'm going to stick with it, so we'll see. If any of you have ever heard the Superman radio show, I believe it's called Superman and the Clan of the Cross, or something like that. They couldn't say the Ku Klux Klan back then when they did the radio series, but this has been updated. But this is your golden age Superman. Before he could fly, he was able to leap tall buildings in single bound, and he's fighting against the Klan. And that's old school Superman. That's the way he was. He's always fighting for the underdog and against prejudice and things like that. So it's a 3-issue series. Now you can see it's smaller than usual size, quite thick too. Probably I want to say probably like a double issue. I don't know if they're all going to be that way. We got Dead End Kids #3. Mystery continues. We got Contagion #2, which I somehow missed, or else I've bought it twice. I just don't remember it. And Contagion #3. So I'm gonna have to go and see about that. Spawn 301, which I said I wasn't gonna buy. Vault of Sham. This is from Source Point. These guys are really a lot of fun. Because what they've taken is old books, old comic book stories that are in the public domain, and using the same art, but they've rewritten them. And they're a lot of fun. I enjoy it, and I highly recommend these. I'm not sure if your comic book store is going to find them, carry them, but you might want to look out for them. I recommend them. I really do. Okay, we got Agents of Wakanda #2. We got Absolute Carnage Scream #3. Another Absolute Carnage. We got #1, Absolute Carnage of Avengers. I don't know if this is a one shot, but you look at the Avengers and you got Hawkeye, Wolverine, Ben Grimm's Thing, and Captain America. That's cool. Those all of them at one time during one of the other Carnage books were all taken over by a symbiote. So Carnage is out to get their spines. We got Death Defying Devil #3, written by Gail Simone, and it's good. It's solid, and takes place in a universe where Daredevil is kind of, or the devil is sort of made fun of and mocked for wearing the costume and everything like that. And you kind of wonder about him in a really nasty town being taken over by a very nasty real estate mogul. And fortunately, that's just fiction because we don't have that in real life. We got, I thought I had been missing, and here we go, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen #4. This is a deceased variant cover, and I just got a kick out of that. We got Lucifer #13. Continues to be a strange book. He rooting for Lucifer. What can I say? You got Hit Girl. This is issue #9. This is she's in India. It's kind of cool seeing the character in the various places around the world. She's been to She was in Colombia. She was in Rome, Canada. It's India. I'm sure I'm missing something. Okay, we got History of the Marvel Universe by Mark Waid, #4. And again, this is just going back through Marvel history, looking at all the characters, things like that, not to be confused with what they did in Marvel's comics 1000 and 1001. We got a Mary Jane variant. I got that because it grew. Mary Jane variant of Guardians of the Galaxy. This is #10. That's Arthur Adams cover. Nice. We got Gideon Falls, #17. As I've said, that's being turned into a streaming series. I'm not sure by who. Absolute Carnage #4. I'm really, as you can tell, I'm really into this. And I like it. And then we got Creature Feature comics. And this is part of as you can see, they're sort of doing making a take on like Afterlife with Archie, which I think is kind of cool. This is so from the Tales of Whisper. It's an interconnected series of books, and this continues from that. That was I think 3 issues of that book, and there were 3 issues of that book, and now we're coming with this, which apparently is going to tie into it. Features the new host of a TV series. A horror host who has to replace the old one who apparently died or was killed. And she discovers there's a lot more to being a horror host than just hosting old movies. So that's it for now. I don't see anything else lying about. I'm sure I missed something somewhere along the line. But anyway, that's it for me. Hope to see you next week. And peace out.